video presentation. So, to begin, why our team? Why we believe in our team is a team made up of diverse members having a background in a variety of different disciplines, and we combine our skill sets in an effective way to accomplish our goals. Our diversity is the key to our success, and with it we can truly empathize with people in hard and difficult situations and come up with designs to solutions to any problems that they may face. Okay, so as far as our work breakdown structure, we had a very efficient kind of setup here that allowed us to work efficiently throughout the process. We started with a organizational meeting that then moved into a research for our potential topics. And then after this, we progressed into our choosing the topic meeting and kind of discussing where we would go from there. Then we moved into a PowerPoint for our status update, recording our status update and getting that out. We followed that with an in-depth analysis of our chosen population to try to better analyze how we could support them and meet their needs. And based off this, we were able to choose a product in our focus area and come up with different designs and concepts for what we wanted to do. After this, with our decision landing on the Raspberry Pi product, we did research into that and into its impact and how it could affect the community in beneficial ways. We then went on to create our brochure and review all aspects of our project before finally coming to said presentation and our delivery.
This is our Gantt chart that clearly shows how we scheduled out everything that was talked about in the slide before. We followed it pretty closely. We tried to follow it as close as possible, and we were on schedule for most of the project. And then towards the first due date, we were given an extra week of work time, and we incorporated that into our Gantt chart. And as you can see, it's just a review of all the aspects of the project, since we were already pretty much done with the project by the first due date. The Native American community, the one we chose, there's just a little background. During the first colonization, Native Americans were forced to live on land that wasn't suitable for living comfortably or farming. This locked the Native American community in a hard-to-escape circle of poverty that lasts through generations. It was found as of 2020 that 1 in 4 Native Americans face food insecurity due to the households not being able to afford good food for their family. It was also found that only 1 in 3 Native American men have full-time employment, and those of the males who do work only make about $35,000 a year, which is $15,000 under the $50,000 average of the general American population. It was also found that around 40% of Native American housing was found to be substandard because it did not have either indoor plumbing or it wasn't connected to a public sewer system. And all of this we found to be really unfortunate and just terrible living conditions. And this is why we picked the Native American community.
So we knew that we needed to address some of the needs for this population. So as a group, we knew that there wasn't just one product that we could make in order to provide for every single need listed for the Native American community faces. But we decided that the biggest problem in the Native American community is that there's a lack of opportunities in order to better the people in the community as well as the community itself. For those living in it, we knew that we needed to help the Native Americans in order to help advance their lives and help them break free of the vicious cycle of poverty. So we began brainstorming possible products, and then finally decided to find the needs within the community and found that 1, a way for the women of the community to defend themselves. 2, protection of Native American voting rights. 3, protection of natural resources. 4, better housing for the community. And 5, better opportunities to help advance in the world.
So our proposed product is essentially an all-in-one computer. It's like a laptop, but a little bit different. And like the core of our product is the Raspberry Pi. It's a very small computer, but incredibly powerful. It is capable of streaming 4K video at 60 FPS. It has 8 gigabytes of RAM, so that facilitates like browsing, doing pretty much anything you can do on a normal computer. It also has 2 micro HDMI ports, so you can plug into TVs or anything of that sort. It comes with built-in Bluetooth and built-in Wi-Fi, so if they go anywhere, they can connect to pretty much anything. If they're interested in more hands-on work, it comes with 40 I/O pins, so they can control servos or relay to cameras, anything of that sort. And it also comes in with like typical stuff you find on computers like calculators, an image viewer, PDF viewer, a text editor. And it comes default with Python 3, Mathematica, and a graphical flow coding language, kind of like LabVIEW. It's called Scratch. It is extremely powerful for its size and can do pretty much anything.
So for our cost analysis equation, we took to find the production cost, we took the personal hours that we each worked on our project, which was 20 hours each. And with it being at the rate of $40 an hour, we could use our equation of production cost equals personal hours times 1 plus 0.78. So we just have 1.78 and then times our rate. So with our personal hours being 20 and our rate being 40, we calculated that it would cost us $1,424 in order to build the Raspberry Pi.
So for our math, we kind of tried to predict how our product would be impactful. And so it was really hard to find data regarding Native American technological usage. So what we did, we found data that strongly correlated education level to internet usage. So and we found that for the past 20 years. So we waited. We used that data for the percentage of people in each demographic, with like high school degree or college degree and others, and we weighted that according to like the percentage of Native Americans in each group, and then that gave us a final percentage, and then we weighted that final percentage with one last percentage regarding Native. It's like a combination percentage regarding Native American, a bunch of factors, and that gave us this following graph. So you can see this graph is our approximate internet usage by Native Americans, and you can see it is very clearly trending upwards, and with a very high R-squared value, very, very, very confident. And so our product is really trying to not only increase the rate, but also help people access the internet better with our all-in-one computer. It's got to have a screen and a computer and I/O into the computer.
That's it.
All righty, good job, everybody.
So we'll just want to make sure that we hit that limit though for time.